But of course, the big story this midday, Hampton Roads is kind of sitting in the smoking section. It is a little stinky out there. Air quality alerts are all over the place. So the big question, why is it so bad? Well, it's because of those wildfires up in eastern Canada, and it is especially bad for people with health issues like asthma.
Definitely. So it was worse today than it was yesterday, if you've noticed. And if you think it's bad here, it's really bad in places like Boston, New York City, and Philly. We have live team coverage this midday, starting with meteorologist Ricky Matthews outside at the Portsmouth waterfront. So Ricky, how's it looking where you are?
Well, honestly, most days it's a beautiful view across the seawall here, but today we cannot see much of downtown Norfolk and that beautiful skyline that we typically show you from our tower camera or just from some of our shots. Not as visible today because of that smoke in the air. As Chris kind of pans around a little bit, you see the ferry going across here, making its way back to Norfolk. The downtown Norfolk waterfront there, encased in that smoke. And it's not just Norfolk, but all across the area. Let's check out some of our cameras right now from Williamsburg to the Monitor Merrimack Bridge Tunnel, Virginia Beach, even to Nags Head. There is some smoke that is visible across our area, and that's going to be a common thing as we go through the afternoon. At times, visibility has been reduced to 2 miles. That's something we typically associate. I show you in the morning when fog is present. Well, today I'm showing it to you because we have some smoke present. You can see, especially across Norfolk and Virginia Beach, that smoke reducing the visibility down to around 2 to 2.5 miles. Not as thick as you make your way towards Franklin, but still noticeable, and certainly still a bit of a hint of that smoky smell in the sky. Now, of course, the other thing that it impacts is the air quality. There's more particulates in the air, and the air quality is something that all of us need to know about because it can affect us even if you're a 100% healthy person when it starts to get smoky like this. Now, typically we look at air quality on 5 different levels, from green all the way to purple. Most of the time we're in that green to yellow category, but on a hot summer day we can get into the orange category or even the red category. When you have smoke coming through, it can certainly cause us to go into that red category as well. The official forecast for today is for the smoke level to primarily stay in that orange category, which means we're unhealthy to some, those who have asthma issues or breathing issues. You may be more affected by the smoke today, while some spots, I believe, through the afternoon could dip into that red area. Certainly will likely stay more in that orange category. But you know your body the best. If you are more sensitive or have some breathing issues, today may not be the best day to go outside. And for everyone, today's not the best day to go outside, maybe go for a jog or go for a long run just because of that air quality. Now, where is it all coming from? Well, we mentioned the Canadian wildfires. That's where the smoke is blowing in from, and it's blowing with that northerly wind. We had a cold front dip in here this morning. That created that northerly wind. Tomorrow morning, I don't think the smoke will be as thick as it was today, but it still could cause a few problems in terms of air quality. For more on that, I'm going to toss it over to my colleague, Steve Fodero. He's back in the Wavy studio where things are just a little bit nicer, I imagine, Steve.
Yeah, no smell of campfire and or smoky scent here in the studio, although it is a little bit chillier than it is outside. Nice to be outside in the warmth, just not with the air quality the way it is. So it's a good day to just keep those windows closed. And as we move forward, as Ricky mentioned, things will generally be better tomorrow. Still, it'll be a little bit on the hazy side, and there will still be some issues for those who don't do so well or have any sort of respiratory issues for the day tomorrow. But today, kind of all of us, would just take it easy. And mainly because there's just so much smoke up and down I-95 across New England, the Northeast, across the Mid-Atlantic, that this isn't just like a one-day event and then it goes away. There's so much around that it's going to take some time for this stuff to move out. Notice this thicker plume of smoke. This is on our visible satellite picture here. You can see the little grayish and even tannish tint. That will keep the smoke pretty thick throughout the rest of our day and into tonight. Now, this is the front that's draped across the region, brought us some rain showers this morning, the clouds in the upper level low up here, and you can see just so much smoke encasing those across the Northeast and the Mid-Atlantic. Ricky showing you the tower cams across town. I mean, it looks foggy outside, but this is the smoke. Here's the upper level low that's swirling, and it continues to have that counterclockwise flow, so it's out of the northwest, pulling in the smoke, so it's why it's been a bit stubborn to get rid of. There's a front draped across the region stretching all the way up through St. Louis, Minneapolis, and Winnipeg, and this will bring us a couple showers as we head into the evening hours. Out there now, there are a few raindrops here or there, a few clouds mixed into the smoke. You can't really tell which one's which, so generally it's just looking like it's cloudy outside and hazy. But showers start to move in, I don't think as early as 3, maybe closer to that 5, 6, 7 o'clock time frame, and then into the late night hours. The front will then push to the south tomorrow, so it's a brighter day. meaning less rain chances, but still going to be hazy. We'll talk a little bit more about your air quality and the extended forecast, because going into the weekend looks a whole lot better as well. Bianca, Asia.
All right, thanks, Steve. Well, the smoke is so bad in some cities, you can barely make out the skylines, just like you can't here in our area. And so it's affecting more than a dozen states, including Virginia. More than 65 million people are under air quality alerts.
Experts say poor air quality can be hazardous to anyone, but especially seniors and children, those with respiratory conditions. There are ways you can stay safe, like staying indoors with the windows closed.
People, if they were to be outside, especially if they're exercising, breathing faster, they're going to be inhaling particulates at concentrations that normal smokers would inhale.
If you need to exercise, indoors might be better. If you need to go out early in the morning or later in the evening.
You can also wear a face mask when you're outside. Most of us still have, one or two hanging around from the days of the COVID pandemic. You can read more about this haze and the air quality concerns on wavy.com.